Hey guys, what's going on? Third Street Reactions here. I'm Shane.
Zach.
We're back with Andor, Season 2, Episode 7. Zach, last episode we had a death in the family.
Yeah, Senta died because that little peckerhead that couldn't take orders.
Yeah, he was sniveling and crying, and I thought she handled it a lot better than I probably would have.
She didn't beat on him. She just scolded him like a child.
Yeah, and she called him a child and said that, she is a thing that you daydream about.
Yeah.
Like a true freedom fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think... we didn't see too much of her, but I think those actions on Aldani in Season 1 were pretty big.
We also know in this season that she's the one that probably took out.
Yeah, Mon Mothma's childhood friend.
Getting tipsy and losing his shit.
Yeah, he was losing his shit.
He was starting to crack.
Starting to crack.
And Luthen was just like...
Yeah.
Something's going to be done.
Just couldn't risk it,
Yeah.
I don't think in any right mind he would have done anything like that, but couldn't risk it.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then I think, hopefully... Bix got to have a peace of mind with executing Gorst. Not before.
Yeah, we've debated off screen a little bit, and I can't remember if we did on the last reaction whether or not. Well, no. We know that Luthen set them up. So Luthen listened to Cassian when he showed up there.
Yeah, I think it's evident
we are not droids.
Yeah, and then it was like the mission after that. The light was blinking, and that was a mission. So I imagine Luthen just put that together for her.
Yeah.
So, which is smart on his part.
Yeah, because the last few episodes, there were a few discussions, or at least the last episode, where his agents were discussing how Luthen did not recognize the humanity and the needs of his agents.
Yeah.
He's too hell-bent on completing the mission. But even Luthen and Clea were debating how he needs to calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
And rein it in.
I thought they had a nice moment though after they actually stole the device. He was like, "We should have killed Critic,"
Yeah, why was it? And they laughed.
So I think they can have these high stress moments and still come together, and and still be a team.
Mm-hmm. Rally.
Yeah, they can rally. After we finish these episodes, we'll have one more arc. So I think overall it's been really good. I don't want to compare it to Season 1 until after it's over. But it's of the same quality for sure.
And in reality, when something goes well, especially as good as this series is, I think it's a very good continuation.
Yeah. So
that's kind of how I'm choosing to look at it. It's developing characters in a good way because, for instance, my favorite character in the series, Saul.
Yeah.
He's gone from just the black and white crazy man to something that is passionate.
Yeah.
And inspiring to people that have lost things to the Empire.
Yeah.
And while I recognize that he is a lunatic, I love him for it. And I love that he's just explaining it. We're not going to live to see the New Republic.
Yeah.
The whole idea of that he just knows. Like he's going to go down fighting. And it's a very cool concept on his part.
Just so glad that they end up winning,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That'd be unjustifiable. I don't know, because the lost cause is always very powerful, no matter where it's at. We actually saw that recently in Tales of the Underworld. Yeah. With the old guy in the wheelchair.
Yeah, old guy in the wheelchair. He presents a powerful case to why they should have won. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, but we also understand that Sidious was pulling the strings either way.
He would have done. Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
So regardless, people would have seen droids everywhere or stormtroopers everywhere.
Yeah. Guys, before we jump in, if you want to support us, you like our conversations, leave a comment down below. Check us out on Patreon to see our full-length uncut reactions and early access. Let's jump in. Yavin.
Listen up! No rules! No vouchers, no food, no racket will be checking with the duty officer.
I love that green R2 unit.
Nope.
Willmon.
Take your shirt off. Don't tell me it's better.
Oh, burn mark.
Easy.
That was easy.
Pick another spot.
Just relax. Anything I want?
Was a hand going, baby? Willman, what are you doing?
Oh.
You fucked it up, Willman.
When did you get back?
Just now. Where have you been? I was on a repair. Let's go, I'll get him back.
Can you check in?
Not yet. Luthen wants to know if you're ready to work.
Ready for what?
He knows you were hurt. If he does, it's because you told him. He's been trying to reach you. He just wants to know if he can count on you. You trust this place? New faces every day? Luthen is making things happen.
Is he? You want to fight? Or you want to win? Going it alone doesn't cut it anymore.
Maybe you should tell him yourself.
Maybe you should tell us where you've been.
Zagra.
You can see behind me vapor and thermal smoke still rising from the site.
The number of Imperial casualties is still unknown.
So no more protesters, or maybe they're not allowed.
Claim of credit from any local terrorism.
Dragging you out there, for what? Help him torch the place?
It's not like that. It's the Empire with the torches. They've gone insane.
So? What does he need me for?
ISB Supervisor Dejamiri. She destroyed Ferrix. She killed my father. She's there in Gorman. In the open, I've seen her. And I know you're gonna say it's for revenge, but it's not. She's been coming for Luthen since Ferrix. She's been coming after him, and you, and all of us, and everyone we know. She's just sitting there, Cass. She keeps winning. You know she has to be stopped.
I'm late for my briefing. You need to calm down.
Check it.
Sorry to keep you waiting. The Emperor has taken a great interest in the situation. We are moving forward with the original plan.
There is apparently no suitable replacement. It's not for lack of effort. Krennic's had the lab in Edo working overtime all year. I don't know the science, but it's bad luck, Gorman.
We need what's in the ground, and when we're done, there won't be much left to call home.
When?
The fleet will be fully positioned in 48 hours.
That's not good.
Captain Kaido is arriving today.
He's here.
He is a crisis specialist.
We have plenty of security. What I need now is some clarity on how exactly...
Detra, calmly.
Let the image of professional ascendance settle your nerves.
A successful conclusion to this problem
Will reinforce the ISB's position at the Emperor's side. Everyone that matters knows how well you've played this.
You're aware, sir, that the insurgents have weapons at this point.
We're counting on it.
I can't even get in there.
It's being investigated.
The rumor is it's a setup.
They're running it down.
Who?
There's evidence of outside agitators.
That's what I came here for. That is what I've been trying to do since I got here. That is what you told me you wanted, and now...
We are trying to prevent an incident.
Like keeping me in the dark. What am I doing here?
Cyril, please.
She feels bad.
We'll be out of here soon. We'll be back in Coruscant. We'll be together.
For what? What have we accomplished?
Just shut up and go.
Be careful.
Me?
Do what I told you.
I saw someone say it's like the best relationship in Star Wars. Because
it's probably the most realistic one.
Yeah, I know.
It's lovely out. I'm sure we'll walk.
It's just they're asking for schedules this week.
Who's asking?
Senate security.
Oh, ridiculous. I'll speak to them. Thank you.
Because he was an asshole
I'm
spy.
not a new driver.
Don't. They might send someone smart.
He was there 3-4 years ago.
In the terror campaign that's been escalating for the past year. There was
increased security. So it's probably like they're using it as an excuse to have increased security everywhere.
Apologies, I've been awaiting your arrival. A word, if you please.
How can I help?
Turn back the clock. Send everyone home.
I wish I could make that so.
They have no shame, do they? I suppose that's the final humiliation. I came here to thank you, Mon. Your constant courage, the brave face you put to the world. I've done a poor job letting you know how much I admire your grace.
Shit's heating up.
Yeah.
I wonder if she has to put on a face this whole time, because I've seen pictures of her in other films. She doesn't quite look so puckered.
Yeah, she's very...
So the old time, like, she's always like this.
Yeah, she's very professional.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in resistance now. The bellboy. Bellhop, what do they call it? Yeah.
Nash Gant. Gonvul. Smatsim Nash. Nash Bidumgar. Nash Bidumgar. Jilen Mulen Walai. Mukum Kosmala Bif Madam.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Some crazy.
You could have just asked me.
You would have said no.
Then what are we doing here?
What's the harm?
You're lucky Marva's not here.
I'm not the one she'd be straining up.
She hated force
She
healers.
hated one force healer 10 years ago.
One was enough.
You know the whole thing's a scam. You wouldn't be faking something if it never worked.
Why not? What does that even mean?
If I was in pain, I'd try to do everything I could to fix it. You just run around pretending like nothing's wrong and everyone knows it's not true.
Who are you?
Nobody. I was just walking home.
Can you wait? Please.
Hope this woman's not a fake.
Give us a moment. I'll be back.
I'll see you back there.
He's got a blaster brain that's not healing.
Your right shoulder.
Tell her.
May I?
Soft spiritual music playing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for what?
The clarity. It's been a very long time. I thought it had gone for good. You. All that you've been gathering. The strength of spirit.
You saw something.
Why do you keep pushing?
Are you so upset?
Stay if you want.
You scared him.
I'm sorry.
It's not easy to do.
Who is he?
A pilot. Tell me what you saw.
I sense the weight of things. Things I can't see. Most beings carry the things that shape them. They carry the past. But some, very few. They're gathering as they go. There's a purpose to it. He's a messenger. There's some place he needs to be. Maybe you're the place he needs to be.
Maybe it's
Probably a woman loves to hear that.
Maybe it's Scarif. I thought she was going to say some people carry the past, he carries the future. That's what I thought they were going to say.
Oh, God, what she said, because there's the human element to the fact that, in spite of all the work they're doing, they still have a life they're trying to live.
Yeah.
I needed to see you.
Then have a good look.
I think there's a way out of this before things go too far. My people are convinced you're being coordinated by outside agitators. If we could lay this off on outsiders, then...
Yeah. You just slapped by a woman?
Very sure I have.
Yeah, a few times. Sometimes it's led to good things.
Reminds of the Sean Connery quote.
Oh, yeah. Well, say that here. I know you're talking about. Literally. That's, yeah.
Maybe she likes it.
She knew you were there. She felt it from across the yard. She wasn't making that up. That wasn't a scam.
What was it then?
I don't know. I don't even think she knows. I've had dreams like that.
Why are you doing this?
What if it's important? I know you felt something. That's why you're so upset.
And the Force flows through all things. Just only Jedi can really use it. But it makes sense that she can feel things, you know? He's kind of like Han. He don't feel shit. Or doesn't want to, at least.
Yeah. What about the dude? Or general? Yeah, it is him.
I barely... Is the same actor?
Yeah, it looks like him.
I barely remember.
So listen.
Find an exit,
Here he is again.
Without a destination.
It's a personal trip.
The ship's to be fitted with hypercoms tomorrow.
We'll be back soon.
That is unacceptable and you know it. This isn't a base for privateers.
Who's that?
Those who enjoy the security of Yavin must proclaim their loyalties.
You know where I stand. The day I need permission to come and go, I'm gone.
That day is near.
Anal prick is what he is.
Looks like Michael Fassbender there a little bit.
A little bit.
Whoa. That is interesting looking.
Fall out! Quick time! Sign up! Look lively!
Get these men shaped up and ready for presentation.
There's not a man amongst them, sir, but I'll do what I can.
Am I going to have a problem with you?
Duly noted, sir. Problem-free.
They look like children.
Quick! March!
So he said, we're fucked!
Yeah. Dude, they got pretty cool looking outfits.
Oh, hell yeah, they do.
They got the Star Wars Hugo Boss designing them, probably.
Yeah.
That's me every time I fly.
Probably trying to scare him shitless so he'll tell him where the fuck he's been.
Everyone's so busy.
Anything you can talk about?
Well, I'm here now. I'll be around.
No more smuggling.
I needed a break. I was getting reckless. They sent me to talk to you. Draven. Dodonna. They need him, Biggs. They're on the verge of promoting him, and then he goes and does something like this morning. I know you. I know how deeply you believe in what we're doing. We're not Luthen's puppets anymore. We're building a real army. Cassian is a leader now.
He'll be there when you need him.
Mm-hmm.
No, it just, this music is like when they're out in the elevator when Scarif, when they're going down to the beach, him and Jyn Erso.
She's easy to spot. She doesn't stay in a place very long.
The glass. Might need 2 shots.
I don't know. It's old. I can ask.
No touchy.
Stone and sky.
Stone and sky.
Cantina scene.
Yep.
Really like them motherfuckers.
Kind of like an uppity cantina, but yeah.
Meet Rimnius.
You don't remember him?
I don't see an interest in.
I'm just an artist.
Journalists require imperial approval.
I know, yeah. I just got in. I didn't want to risk the curfew.
We were going to notify them.
Of course, yeah.
The Aldern group, their shuttle's been cancelled.
Again. Good luck with that. I have a room at the front facing the plaza.
Perfect.
She will report it. We turn over our guest list each afternoon.
Good to know.
You'll have to carry your own bag this time. Another way.
So he remembers them. Oh, where's the old farm girl at?
Yeah, she gone. The rebellion has its perks. So.
Yeah.
Is this the weather center?
Clear skies tonight.
We'll be updating the forecast at first light.
I'll make sure to listen.
We're always here.
I think you can leave that last part out. I think some Imperial will be like, what?
Oh, it's here. Always love breakdown rifles.
Something cool about him.
Like in the Mummy, I loved his breakdown shotgun. The old Winchester.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, he has this bag there on the boat. He rolls it out.
I remember.
He assembles the shotgun.
I think I remember that, yeah. I just remember those damn scare beetles, man.
Yeah.
It's interesting how little stormtroopers we've seen compared to season 1.
Yeah. What about the rebellion, though?
Yeah. Guys, that was reaction to episode 7.
Yeah, the stuff.
Yeah, what'd you think?
That was very good. I mean, I know a lot of people have been complaining. Like, we've had some commenters saying it's a shit show and it's slow and everything else, but I really dig the intrigue.
Well, yeah, I do. To me, it's they just nailed the set design, the acting's great, the characters, the moments, like Luthen's speech and Saul's speech in this season.
Well, it's a build-up.
Yeah.
And I understand that. And there has been some action, but overall, I'm not just here to see blaster fire and jetpacks and lightsabers. It's cool to see, like you mentioned, characters being developed this way.
Yeah.
And character moments.
Yeah.
Are very important.
Absolutely.
And I think that's very cool. I like a lot of the I've mentioned before, but the human story of this.
Yeah.
So what I really appreciated about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is that there's a lot of human story to all the characters, including the villains.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love that about it. And I love that about this, that there's depth to them. They're not just... Darth Vader can afford to be black and white because...
And the Emperor, yeah.
Yeah, because you know what they are and what they represent. When you have this level of characters, like I'm not a little kid anymore. Mm-hmm. And Han Solo doesn't just have to look cool and run around saying a couple cool lines.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while that's cool if you have a single movie at a single moment in space-time, but if you're developing a universe
you gotta
that
have
has depth.
You gotta have stuff like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about Dedra and Cyril? It's like one of the bigger moments, I think, in this episode.
Yeah, it appears Cyril, I think it was kind of evident in the last arc that, he believes he's doing a good thing. He's doing everything for the right reason. The Empire's a good thing, and they're bringing law and order. And I mean, he's kind of young enough to not really understand, like, or to be naive enough, I should say. You know what I mean?
He's definitely naive because he's kind of coming at things from he probably saw the Empire as a moralistic good.
Yeah, and he bought into the fact that the Jedi tried to take over, and
Dedra is now telling him, hey, and he wanted to be useful, and now he's being told, like, no matter what you've been doing, you need to just go.
Yeah.
So obviously he feels like, what the fuck? I was so close. This is what I've been doing. I had this intel, and she's basically telling him, null and void. Listen to me.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. So she's trying to express her affection for him.
My feeling is Dedra is following orders like a good soldier, but she didn't seem too happy. I mean, she never seems happy, but she seemed slightly new.
Well, she's just an intense personality. She's a very intense woman, an intense character in general. And these fleeting examples that she talked about to Cyril, that we'll be together, we will be rewarded.
Yeah.
So the idea is that we still have a chance.
Yeah.
You just need to listen. And Cyril's morals are taking him in other places.
Do you think she's going to 100% go with the plan with no hiccups at all?
I think what's going to happen is that she's got these new sloppy recruits that are going to be trained to relocate the Gormans, and the Gormans are going to insurrect. And
they won't be able to do anything.
There'll be repercussions. It won't be as simple as what they are telling her it's going to be.
Yeah.
And that might eventually kind of make her rethink Imperial expectations and their strategy.
Okay. I imagine it'll be her or Cyril will probably get killed. I don't think it'll be both, actually. Now it seems more likely to be Cyril.
I think it's a good possibility, but maybe she might die trying to
do the right thing
for him.
That'd be nice.
And then he will go over to the rebellion.
That'd be a good end of the story, I think. Yeah. Okay. What do you think of the Force Healer?
I thought it was a very cool take because even Bix said, I don't know that she even knows what's happening. And the Force Healer even said, I didn't know that this is real. They're going to come anyway.
Yeah.
But basically, I knew you were here.
Yeah.
I could sense something.
Yeah, and Bix said that she's always sensed something. And, well, I mean, it's always been in the lore. It wasn't until maybe the past 10 years they've expanded on it. But, I mean, it's all there in that first movie. The Force runs through everything, every living thing. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, Yoda even says the rocks, which made it sound like it's binding the galaxy together, even the non-living things. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it makes sense that the Force and the will of the Force will work through certain people. Mm-hmm. Now, it's just like the Jedi and the Sith and the witches of Dathomir. They've learned through thousands of years how to do what they do and manipulate the Force and let it work for you. And obviously, the Jedi want to exercise the will of the Force, and the Sith want to have the Force work for them.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that there's like fake, phony Force healers, though.
Yeah. Like, I mean, man, what if we saw that in Obi-Wan?
Yeah. With whatever his name is.
I can't remember.
He was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Which I don't think he was a Force healer, right? He was just.
He was pretending to be a Jedi. He was actually getting people out.
Yeah.
But he just was getting paid. I was just getting paid too. That's what he was saying. No, I liked it. We don't have to go too much into the Force in this show, but it obviously is a big part of Star Wars. So.
Well, it's drawing closer to the end and to the events of A New Hope, because you go through Rogue. Or obviously, after this series is over, there's Rogue One and A New Hope, but I know there's other movies sprinkled in between there, like Solo and all that shit. But that's not what we're talking about. Regardless, introducing that into the story, because that's bringing it back from the gritty reality of everyday people in Star Wars to what Star Wars originally was.
Yeah, there is a higher calling in Star Wars. There is a greater meaning to life and everything. Now, I can't remember Rogue One. That's the one I haven't watched in a while. I mean, I go through the old trilogy and the prequels a few times a year. But Rogue One is one I haven't watched in a while, except the hallway scene. I probably watch it like once a month, just on YouTube, because it's so good. I do think Cassian gets to the point where he says, "May the Force be with you."
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if, like, now he's a non-believer, and then he's never going to be like a Jedi, but gets to the point where the rebellion their signia is the Force, like Akbar says it You know, he ain't no.
Yeah, and Han says it in episode 4, right?
Yeah, I think he's the one to get through to Luke.
He was trying.
Luke was being a jerk, I thought. I mean, I get it. You want you wanted Han to help, but dude, we know after you watch those movies, it was serious shit. He needed to get out there and pay that debt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't screwing around.
No.
So
but if he didn't pay the debt, he came back to help.
Why didn't he just pay it after? There was like a year gap.
I know. He said fuck it to come back to help, and then
You're talking about that bounty hunter on Malastir, I think, is what they were talking about.
Ord Mantell.
Ord Mantell, yeah. Like, dude, why don't you just send him a check?
I'll change my mind.
Yeah, send him a check or something. You know what I mean?
Jawa probably wanted him to come personally, and Jawa probably still would have killed him, or put him in carbonite, one of the two.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
He just made it worse, though. Like.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I thought it was a great episode. Now, one thing they did talk about was we're not running around Aldhani anymore. We're not Luthen's puppets anymore. So, I mean, maybe Luthen is still thinking small time.
Yeah.
And these guys want to build an army. And maybe Luthen is still operating in the shadows. And you need both. I mean...
Well, Luthen probably can't... it's probably hard for him to see that level of exposure as a good thing.
I imagine, like, people coming and going, like, hundreds of people you don't even know.
But you look at people like Saul and Luthen...
Yeah.
Which Saul is basically carrying on the fight and doing some dramatic things.
Yeah.
But he's not one to just... He's not going to come in there and take orders.
No, he definitely not.
And so...
Him and Luthen are kind of what you needed in the beginning.
Yeah.
And now, unfortunately, you might not need them.
Yeah, they're kind of the catalysts.
Yeah.
The gunpowder.
Yeah. Literally, that's what he said, too, to Wilman.
Mm-hmm. And then things escalate to that point, and maybe... with Luthen's case, he is letting go of control.
Yeah, I imagine it's hard for a guy like him.
Especially because of how deep he was in the beginning.
Yeah.
That we've seen. And he's the one making those big, bold moves, which is something Wilman talked about in this episode.
Yeah.
Like, Luthen is making things happen.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are those things in comparison to what the Johnny-come-a-latelys want to accomplish?
Well, I mean, we need the rebellion. They need the rebellion to come together for just the big attack on the Empire, which is destroying the Death Star.
Well, it's like if you look at any movement where the real believers in the beginning, the ones that were like been in the trenches, so to speak.
Yeah.
This whole time have been fighting this fight, didn't believe the bullshit from the start, have been making these big and dirty moves to make those things happen, and all of a sudden the everyday people, with their expectations of...
like the young people who just want to fight.
Well, not just that, but just the everyday people. The everyday people that come in with expectations of, this is going to be a good, clean fight. We want good morals. I never wanted this, but now we're to the point where we have to fight.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't want the wet work. They don't want the dirty shit that had to be done.
Yeah.
And has to be done.
I wonder, because even episode 6... There are the Empire. I'm sorry, the Rebellion still makes use of spies, the Bothan spies that they use. The books on Shadows of the Empire talks about like the sophistication of the Rebel spy network. So we still need people like Luthen, but I don't imagine he'll get out of this show alive.
No, and we know Saul does because he dies in Rogue One.
Yeah,
but the
10 minutes for episode 4.
Yeah.
Well,
no, he dies earlier on.
A couple days before.
Yeah.
Such a great way to segue into episode 4.
It was. It's a fantastic movie. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that it changed hands too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ended up in that case working for the best.
Well, it was Gareth Edwards, and he did most of it. But then, and I know his idea was a Vader scene too. But there were just stuff on Scarif, like not the Vader scene, but there's stuff on Scarif that Tony Gilroy had to clean up.
Yeah.
Because the guy he's never made a big movie before. And they just wanted to clean up the dialogue and make it tighter. And he came and rewrote Scarif stuff. And because you watch the trailer, there's scenes that aren't in there. So, and there's also, you remember when Luke is fighting on Bespin and he's down that little tunnel with the lights?
Mm-hmm.
Jen Erso in the trailer is in a tunnel like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it's not in the movie. We had him on, I do want to say this. The guy, the bellboy, the bellhop, I should say.
Yeah.
It's I figured Cassian just wouldn't have gone back to that same hotel. I know he had to be across from... You just figured he'd be more careful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have to imagine that maybe they booked it for him.
Maybe he should have resumed his original cover.
If they booked it for him, they're probably aware of these insurgents.
Yeah.
So I don't think it really probably bothered them.
Yeah.
Like this kid ends up hooking him up. She will report it. You need to make sure the shit's on the level.
Yeah. I want to see the artist man come back. I'm just a designer. Who is he playing?
Oh, you talking about his alter ego?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I want to bring that guy back, baby.
Like, who the fuck you talking about? Where we guy?
Varian Sky. Varian Sky. Be Varian Sky for Halloween. That'd be funny.
Well, now we know that obviously that kid has progressed in a year, become an insurgent.
Yeah, he's become one of them.
So
and Gorman themselves, they're bickering.
I can't remember that dude's name. The one that walked into the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
And the guy that was a big voice at the town hall meeting, and now he's there. He's like, "Look, I don't care.
Yeah.
Look what they're doing to us." Like he's a true believer, on the ground level of like, we can't lose who we are.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what is worth fighting for?
All right, guys, that's it. We're going to have full length for the next 2 episodes on, and I imagine you saw them, hopefully. And we'll see you next episode on YouTube. Bye-bye.